Blessings, bloomers. Well, happy Valentine's to all of you. Yesterday, my eldest son was out taking a walk in the evening. Actually, he went to buy some of his stuff and in the supermarket, and then he was on his way back, and he passed by a street not far away from my home, and then he gave me a call. He said, "Mom, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm cooking dinner for Dad. I'm preparing some dinner for Dad." He said, "Is there something that Sissy can do?" His sister. I said, "Yeah. Why are you asking?" He said, "Because I need you to step out for a minute. I need you to just walk with me to some place." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Okay." So he said, "But I'm coming home. I'm coming to drop what's on my hand and then we can go together." I said, "Fine." So he came back home, and good enough, I had finished what I was doing. I was making some fufu for Dad. So I finished what I was doing and I set it up, and then we walked out together. I said, "Where are you taking me?" He just said, "Whoever, just follow me. Just trust me and follow me." I said, "Okay." So there I am, following a 23-year-old. And he took me to a shop, a jewelry shop. And he said, "I want you to pick anything you want." I'm like, "Did you break a bank or something?" I should pick anything. He said, "Yes, I wanted to buy for you, but I wanted you to choose what you want to wear. I want you to choose what you like for yourself." And I said, "But I looked at," he said, "Don't just look at the price. Don't look at the price. Don't worry about the price. Don't look at the price. Just pick what you want." And I looked at the price of one of them, and it says 200 and something. And I'm like, 200 and something? I said, "That's expensive." I'm speaking renminbi. And he says, "No, I have saved up for that. I have saved up for that. I have planned that. I've saved for it and I have planned for it." And of course, and he says, and there is a sale today, so I get a discount. So I went ahead, we talked, and he helped me out, picked out something that I liked, and an earring and a nice chain. And my son paid for it. And he said, "That's your Valentine's gift and your birthday gift. Because I know your birthday is coming on the 25th. So you have a Valentine gift. The earring is your Valentine gift, and the chain is your birthday gift." It touched my heart. It touched my heart. Now, my children, we've taught them, we've exchanged gifts over birthdays, Christmas, Mother's Day, and so all kinds of celebration. We exchange gifts, and we taught them to do that, showing love or appreciation and other things. But what's interesting is that my older son has never bought me a Valentine's gift. But he's bought me, he bought me a nice Christmas gift. And he always they all save to buy gifts. But it's his first time to buy me a Valentine gift. And that really warmed my heart. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking on God's kind of love. God's kind of love. It wasn't a spontaneous thing. It was planned. God planned it out. Just like my son, he said, "Mom, I've planned for it. I've saved for it." God's kind of love. God was intentional He was deliberating his kind of love. And his kind of love is different from the kind of world that the world express. The world that we are so familiar, the love that we are so familiar with in the world today is that kind of love that says, love those who love you, share love with people who like you, and things like that, which is good, which is natural. But Jesus came and introduced an ideology that is not so familiar to us. And he says, if you love only those who love you, what good is it to you? And if you give only to those who give you back, what good is it? He said, I tell you the truth, love your enemies. Bless those who curse you and persecute you. Because that is God's kind of love. Scripture records that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. The book of Song of Songs, chapter 2, I believe verse 4, says, He brought me into his banqueting hall, and his banner over me is love. He just lavishes us with his love. So undeserving, yet he loves us. In 1 John 4, 7 and 8 says, Beloved, let's love one another, for love comes from God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. But he who does not love does not know God, for God is love. God is the definition of love. So here's my challenge this Valentine, girlfriend. I want you to step out of the ordinary and do something a little bit different this Valentine. I want you to show love to someone who, by your definition, is undeserving. Someone who must have hurt you. Let go of that hurt and just forgive and reach out to them and show them some love. Maybe it's a boss who doesn't like you. Maybe it's a co-worker. Maybe someone who gossip about you. And some of those people might even be within our own families. I know it's not going to be easy. But, trusting in God, I believe when you take a step of faith, God is going to enable you. He will give you the grace to reach out and show some love to someone who does not necessarily like you, who is not necessarily on your good list. And guess what? By doing that, you are reflecting the nature of God, who is love. That's my challenge to you this Valentine. And God bless you as you do that. God bless you as you continue to reflect on Him.